project manager's biggest challenge at the start of an engagement is making sure that the project is scoped right and the necessary information is available to ensure project success. Leveraging GenAI to accomplish this will provide a much higher success rate compared to doing this what we may call traditional approach over the last few decades. Welcome to our GenAI Project Management series brought by Stralynn Digital Academy. Planning for any project requires significant effort from all involved, especially project managers, to get it right. Very intense, time-consuming activities involving multiple stakeholders. All these activities require extensive discussions, a lot of requirements gathering session meeting with these various stakeholders across the board, due diligence to understand what is needed today, what should be the project about in future, or what should be the expected outcome of the project, review of existing documentation. The more complex the engagement, the higher the effort should go into planning to get it right and minimize the change requests coming down the road. With the traditional approach of planning, it does produce the deliverables, right? Either whether you go with any methodology, agile, waterfall, formats of agile, scrum, kanban. However, because they are so manually intensive activities, they have some gaps in them. They have errors. They have certain ambiguous requirements which will only get figured out down the road because it is not possible for a manual effort to analyze all available information. And then, of course, all the ambiguity requires in the requirements that leads to higher risks in the project, right? Any ambiguous details, they are open for misinterpretation, both by team members as well as by the stakeholders. Expected outcome of the project planning activities is usually covered in these deliverables, right? You have the project charter, you have your stakeholder register identifying your internal and external stakeholders, you have the feasibility analysis report, and then of course you have your project plan which gives you your work breakdown structure, the cost estimates, the resource plan, the communication plan, and then of course the risk management plan which talks about all the known risks at this time compared to what may be discovered later on. The quality and accuracy of these define to a great extent the successful delivery of the project on time, within budget, and with the expected outcomes. Therefore, planning is the roadmap to success. With the help of AI-powered tools, today, industry has already started seeing improvements in project success metrics, as you can see from this graph. And this graph has also been generated with the help of AI. Reduction in planning time by 50%. Early detection and mitigation of risks by 40%, productivity efficiency improvements of 35%, reduction in project cost to deliver by 20%, overall project success improvement 25%. Very impressive numbers that already the industry has shared. You and I, we both cannot ignore these numbers at this time. Let's look at some of the specific details about during the different phases of project, how AI has been leveraged, right? So you can see in the project planning, 20 to 30% savings, budget forecasting more than 10% improvement, overall project management resulted in 30% reduction in time to deliver, demand forecasting 25% improvement in accuracy, project cost reductions by 10% by using GenAI generated predictive analytics, risk assessment 10% in project delays with the help of GenAI. Project scheduling can be done by 15 to 18% faster rollout to cutover deployment, you name it. Resource allocation, a big area. It generated 12% improvement in development speeds. Using GenAI alone for collaboration, it provided 18% improvement in project completion time. And then project tracking, a big area where GenAI can play a huge role. It has helped up to 40% increase in productivity by reducing manual tasks and bringing in automation. These are all leading companies, organizations in the industry which have benefited already from GenAI. Some numbers, some things, facts that cannot be ignored. GenAI is the future of project management as well. Visit our website to register for our next session on Scope for Success and learn how to use AI for planning your project. You can do more than just plan to deliver on your project metrics. You can exceed your own expectations.